Hi, Jim Godey here. Just doing a little video here on a new device that's just been created to better control drones from DJI. It's called the FT Aviator from Fluidity Tech. It's a product that I became aware of a while back around October of last year. It's taken a while to get here. It's now July. It's finally on its way. I should be getting it in the next couple days, and really looking forward to getting it. To give you an idea of my background, I've been flying drones for about 2 years. I'm a Part 107 pilot. I fly a Phantom 4 Pro. Prior to that, I was a commercial instrument rated pilot and have flown a number of different kinds of airplanes, Cessnas, planes of that type, using a standard yoke kind of controller to control the plane. I also have had a chance to fly some other kind of planes, specifically one called a DA-42. This is a composite airplane, a twin, from a company called Diamond Aviation. It's a very nice plane, quite expensive, has an all-glass cockpit, and it also has a joystick mounted, center seat mounted joystick for controlling the airplane. So I've had a chance to control an airplane with a joystick as well as a standard yoke. I've always found that the joystick kind of controller is much more intuitive. My only experience prior to flying a drone in terms of a standard RC2 thumb controller was a standard controller from an Xbox. So at least I did have some experience with that. I actually had a toy drone just to get used to the controls prior to getting the Phantom 4 Pro. I always wondered why somebody didn't come out with a controller that was a joystick type, because it always seemed like that would be more intuitive. Maybe not to people that have been flying RCs for a long time, but it certainly seemed that way for me. Anyway, so I got involved early. I'm looking forward to getting that. I'm going to be doing some more video on opening it up, trying it out first with a simulator program, the one from DJI on the computer, just to get used to how the controller feels and basic operations. And then I'm going to be taking it out to a field at a park and giving it a practical try with the Phantom. So hopefully this will be something that's coming up very shortly. Looking forward to getting it, and maybe give you out there on the internet a little heads up on what this is and how it works and some of my first impressions. Anyway, hopefully we'll be doing that very shortly. Good flying. Hey, Jim Godey here. Finally got my FT Aviator. Finally arrived today after waiting 9 long months. Had a little bit of a delay getting here, but the good people at Fluidity, their logistics people, were extremely good tracking it down. Wasn't a problem with them, it was actually a problem with FedEx. So we got it all squared away. It finally arrived today, and here it is. We're going to open it up, see what's inside, and hook it up and maybe try it on a simulator first and just see what it feels like. Okay. Well packaged. Okay. There's the box it comes in. Take off the sleeve. Looks like it's got a seal on here. Just broke the seal. Quick start guide. Gets everything you need to know. Get things started. Instructions on what's on it. There it is. Pull this off. Ooh, there it is. FT Aviator.
taking a look at it, first glance, seems like it's pretty well built. It's got a good amount of tension on it. It feels like you can have some pretty good control. Okay, I see it's got this harness thing here. Stick your thumb in, fit it to your thumb. Okay, I think I see how that works. Up, push down, you go down, up, you go up. So up, it looks like it works with just the trigger. There's the buttons down here, home button, return to home button, I'm assuming, on and off. All of the things that I saw in the videos that I've watched. And then there's your gimbal control for your gimbal tilt. So with that, I'll get it hooked up and we'll give it a try and see what it's like. Okay, so I'm out here at a field, a little park not too far from where I live. I got everything connected. I've connected to the Aviator, to my phone with Bluetooth. It asks you to connect. It's just you follow the prompts and it connects okay. Everything else is connected pretty much like you would with a standard controller. But now everything is working. As you can see, I've got the FT Aviator app on, which looks a lot like the DJI Go 4 app. And the drone is there ready to go. So we're going to fire it up and see what happens. Going to hit the takeoff button on the controller. Okay. Okay, it says Fluidity controller enabled. So it's now enabled, ready to go. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to climb a little bit. Okay. So it climbs, the speed of the climb depends on how hard you press the trigger. Now I'm going to descend by pulling up on the trigger. So pushing down on the trigger, I should say. Okay, that feels pretty good. And we're going to try some forward and back. Alright. Stops pretty quick. Back. Side to side, that works good. And we'll try some yaw. Get a little bit of altitude, seems to be working really good. Turn over here. Do a couple figure eights. All right. Get some serious altitude here. And we're flying. Yeah, so it seems to work really good. All right, looking really good. I'm going to go out a little ways, and then we're going to try to return to home, see how that works. Okay, hit the return to home button. It's beeping now. It says returning to home and safe. Rising to altitude. I think I have the return home set to 100 feet. Coming back. And now stopped. It's now stopped. And aircraft landing. So far, so good. Shows that we have 14 satellites. All right, and there it is. First successful flight with the FT Aviator.
Well, I'm back from my my first attempt at flying the FT Aviator. Got some thoughts on it. It does seem pretty intuitive. Intuitive in that you have to think less about what you're doing on the controls when you're flying the drone. I like that part of it. It is going to take some getting used to in order to do some, let's say, cinematic type video, just to get used to using your thumb for elevation, and just getting used to using it naturally when you're actually doing filming. I think that'll be fine. The other thing is, because I fly a Phantom, the controller's quite a bit heavier than a Mavic. So I typically fly, as you could probably see in the video, with a harness that I use. It's much more comfortable. You don't have anything hanging on your neck. It's actually equally balanced on your shoulders, and it's a lot more comfortable to fly that way. So that is about it. I like it so far. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to fly. It certainly is a lot more fun to fly, I can tell you that. If you're more, it feels more like you're flying an actual airplane or some kind of racing drone or something. But getting that cinematic feel is going to take a little getting used to, but I don't think it's going to take very long. I'm really happy with it so far, and I'll try and post some videos later on as I get more used to it. So get out there, happy flying. Talk to you later.